Hey guys, welcome back. Got some exciting news. We're going to be starting a new world campaign for 2015. Kind of go through the players as well as the nations that we're going to be running, and this map here is what we're going to use. This map is currently showing the beginning of turn 2 phase. So you notice everybody's at 210 points right now. We did turn 1 last week, and turn 1 was just basically movements and army building. Turn 2 this week, we're going to record our movements, our tactical phase, and then we'll probably have some battles almost certainly. So we'll highlight some of those battles as well. So after turn 1, this is the movement, and as you can see, the large markers are symbolic of the nation's capitals. And then we have the nation's armies as well as the control markers of the areas that they control. So we'll show you during the movement phase of turn 2 a little bit more about that, and hopefully today we'll have some battles as well. Okay, so everybody's here and we're ready for round 2. Begin the start of round 2. We're going to start off with Mordor, who said that they moved their army 2 first. So army 2 is down here, and they do not move anywhere. They stay where they're at. So then it moves to Gondor. Gondor said they're moving army 2 first. So where's Gondor moving their army 2? They're moving south. Okay. So then we go to Angmar. And Angmar said that they're moving army 1 first.
I thought you said they were moving army 2 first.
Oh, you're right. Army 2 first. Isengard's moving army 1 first. So they move there. Okay. So dwarves. Dwarves moving army 2 first. Move there. Okay. Then we have Isengard. Isengard said they're moving army 1 first. We're going here.
Once I heard 336 points, I knew that's
right. Angmar, or that was Isengard. Fiefdoms.
Fiefdoms is moving army 2 first, and they're staying.
They stay where they're at. Okay. So we go to Fallen Realms. They head south. Okay. Then we go to Elves. Elves are moving army 1 first.
Yeah.
Where's army 1 going?
They're the only place they can go.
I think they're going to stay where they're at.
What?
1?
Yeah, army 1.
What's that? Could you speak up for the camera, please?
Not like
You don't want to fight who?
You really want me to go there?
Yeah. You do what you want.
Dude, do you know what's going to happen?
Yeah.
I'm going to run into this shit.
Yeah. And how many points do you have in your
Less. Substantially.
So it would be a wise move not for him to attack.
Yes, so they're going to stay where they're at, dude. I've got 100 less points in that.
Not even stay where you're at, just move south.
You should retreat.
Hang on a second.
Evil thinks you should retreat. Hold on. They're going to converse, so I'm going to pause this real quick.
He forgot.
Army.
Okay, go
All right, so Elves moving
Elves
army
do
1.
want to fight Angmar.
They do want to fight him. I don't give a shit about it.
Wow.
I don't get it.
Okay. All right, so that was Elves. We'll go to Goblins. Goblins are going where?
All right, let's do it. Let's do it.
Goblins are going there. Ooh, there's a fight in Middle Earth. Got some throwing down.
You can do this.
Rohan.
All right, they're moving army 1 first. It's this guy. X gonna give it to you. Yeah.
I can smell what the rock is cooking. All right. We can go to Mordor. Army. Well, the other army that didn't move. Mordor's here. We're going to go here.
He's my voice of reason. I thought it was the other one. I was getting the
Okay. So we move there. And we go to
Gondor.
Gondor again. Gondor goes back to the capital.
Here, hell,
All right, Angmar.
come on, get it.
We gonna get some. We gonna get some. Oh yeah. All
Come
right,
on with it.
dwarves. Other dwarves army. Dwarves are going. Where are they going? Oh, they're not sure where they're going. Isengard. Go in there. All right, fiefdoms.
Elias.
Don't make
Not
crap.
about your ass at all.
All realms. Woo! They move there.
Elves will stay.
Elves are not moving their army too.
Was she sure about that?
Yeah, I'm damn sure about it considering the situation at hand. Yeah, I mean, do you think I should move it? I don't think I should.
Okay, so elves are good where they're at.
Yeah, no.
Goblins.
Need reinforce.
Where's the goblins going?
Where's the goblins
Yep. They're going there. Now Rohan.
Yep.
Take. Actually, hold on a second. Well, I guess you can't, because if you go in there, then... Well, you got your elves to cover.
Mm.
Yeah, you might as well take one. Fight his 22-point militia.
Is that where you put him?
Had to be. Where else is he going to go? Might as well kill the 22-point militia, take the territory. There's no other move.
22 points of goblins. That's like 28 goblins.
Right?
Because for every 4 you buy, they give you a goblin.
Because if he moves
Yeah.
here,
Two.
then you can cover. If he moves here, then you can still cover. So take the goblin territory.
Yeah,
All right, what's going in there? Okay, so that's the end of that. We'll go ahead and reveal militia, and then we've got 2 fights for sure. Is there any militia relevant right now?
Yeah, he went into
So you do have goblin militia there. We can do that like before next time or whatever.
Okay.
Because it's only going to be 22 is what?
Well, what do you have in there? Or would you? Or
There's nothing but, well, he's got 22 points of goblins,
Yeah.
so you can buy what, 5 goblins, maybe? Yeah, 5 goblins.
Against my whole army?
Yeah, but 5 goblins. I mean,
Oh,
you could buy a bow or 2 for them. So.
Yeah, now you'll probably wax a couple of dudes for sure. But
Probably not, but still, it's
Yeah.
worth. It's worth.
Yeah, it's worth
You
fun.
never know. You never know. All right, so we'll go ahead and we'll set up the table and we'll do probably the Angmar battle just to get that rolling. So we'll go ahead and film that. Okay, so we're here for round 1 of the Angmar versus the Elves battle that you saw down on the map. This is Army 1 of Angmar, and this is, I believe, what, Army 1 or Army 2 of the Elves. I'm just going to go down the force list for the evil player. Right now we have 4 warbands. First warband consists of an orc captain with shield, and then we have a mix of 6 orc warriors with shields and 6 orc warriors with spears. Second warband is an Angmar orc shaman with the same makeup of 6 with spears and 6 with shields. Then we have on the end there, we have a warband that has a borrow white with a cave troll in front of them, and then we have a orc with spear and an orc with shield over there in the corner there. And then my 4th warband is the Dwimmer Lake, which is on Feldbeast. So we'll go ahead and go over the good forces. Good forces has 3 warbands here, and they consist of, first warband is Thranduil, King of Mirkwood. He has 4 Galadrim warriors with shield, 4 with shield and spear, and 4 Galadrim knights with bows and shields. Then we also have warband number 2, which is Tariel with 8 Mirkwood Rangers hiding there under the corner. And then we have warband 3, which is Haldir. He's kind of hiding behind that tree there. But we have Haldir there, he's kind of mixed in there, and he just has an elf warrior with bow, spear, and then a Galadrim warrior with shield. So we basically are looking at 561 points for good and 550 points for evil. Good has 25 units, evil has 31 units. We fight till an army is broken, and then the army will flee at the end of turn when your army hits 25%. So you have the end of that round, and then your army flees the battlefield. So we'll go ahead and do this, and we'll roll priority and get into round 1 and see how this goes. So this is Angmar versus the Elves, World Campaign turn 2, first battle. Okay, so we're going to recap round 1. We're about to move into round 2. Good 1 priority for round 2, so we're about to do good movements. A couple of things to note. Last round, Thranduil cast
Aura of Dismay.
Aura of Dismay. So everybody within 6 inches of him causes terror. The Shaman tried to cast Channel Fury, and we rolled a 1 and a 2, so we failed our Channel Fury. So we'll have to roll courage tests against all those elves that are terrifying. So that's going to be a huge difference. Plus, we don't have the ability to re-roll wounds. These guys moved out. As you can see, the archers did some decent shooting. They killed three orcs on this flank. You can see the troll went this way. The Barwites in the center of the mass here. The Dwimmerlake moved out, sapped will on Tariel. She wasn't able to resist it, so she has no will now. And he flew back behind the tree for cover. So we're getting ready to go to round 2, and Good has priority, so we'll go ahead and let Good's moves go, and we'll update you probably after the shooting phase. Maybe do some fights. Okay, so this is end of round 2. Kind of give you an update on that. First of all, archery was non-factor this round. They didn't hit one unit with archery. My units moved up. I rolled a courage check with my captain. I had to use a couple of will in order for him to pass his courage check, but we charged him to Haldir. I also had the Nazgul sap will on Haldir, so Haldir has 0 will. And then I had that Nazgul crash into the flank of the cav and hurled the cav. In that hurl, I dismounted and I killed 2 elves. So there's 2 elves that are prone there, and Haldir did win his fight. He had to spend all 3 of his might to win the battle. He struck wounds, he did inflict a wound, but luckily I used some fate and I faded out of that. Once again, our shaman does not have fury, so I wasn't able to roll fury on that. But this is the end of turn 2, and looks like we're about to clash into some fights here. So we'll go ahead and move into turn 3. Roll priority.
Priority with a 2.
Okay.
Well, not necessarily.
So
I
we
to roll
have-
a 1.
Yeah, but in order paralyzed goes at the end of combat, so there's no way Tariel can stand up this round. She is
Might
paralyzed
as well
this
keep
round.
you guys suspense, right? Yeah, so I roll my 1. Nope, so we
2.
got it.
So we have priority. All right, so this is the end of turn 2.
Yeah, so she's
Thranduil moved up. He cast Nature's Wrath. Nature's Wrath hit. Knocked all my guys down.
And you
But
say
my
something
guys in the
whole
rear
game.
rank were able to stand up and help defend the guys
Yeah,
that were
but this
prone.
guy, that's all he can do.
And then I had the
can't fire, he
Spectre
can't-
stand
he
up.
has
He moved half
5
his
shots
movement
in
and
that.
cast Paralyze on Tariel.
50%
Landed his
And you're
6.
captain.
Tariel doesn't have any fate yet, or will left.
That's what
So
you
she wasn't able to resist it. So the troll was able to stand up. When we got to fight
I
phase,
didn't know you used
he based the Nazgul. The Nazgul did win that fight. Or no, he lost the fight, but he chose to shield, so there was no strikes on the Nazgul. So that's the end of turn 3. We rolled priority on turn 4. Priority Evil finally has priority this round, which is pretty huge. And so we're going to see if maybe Good calls a heroic combat. If not, Evil gets to go, and we'll see how turn 4 goes. So that was a pretty huge round. Evil rolled really well when it came to all of our guys that were prone. Good with their high fight value wasn't able to capitalize on it, so he rolled really well. I rolled well, so the Nature's Wrath didn't seem to affect the board that well. So we'll go ahead and move on to turn 4.
He didn't win.
Okay, so
we could do.
this is turn 6. Turn 6 was a big turn for Evil. Tariel charged the Cave Troll. They won priority. She charged the Cave Troll, brought the cav around the back to peel some guys off. I had a couple of guys pass their courage checks and get into Tariel there. So I actually had 6 dice against Tariel's 3. Tariel rolled a 5, I got a 6. I chose to rend with the Troll. Troll did get 3 wounds, and my Spearman also got 2 wounds, so she couldn't even fade out of it. So Tariel is down. Over here, the Nazgul was based. I was able to charge some guys over there because they were out of range of Thranduil's Fear. I did hurl the cavalry towards the other guys, killed the guy in the throw, and knocked 2 prone, and one of the guys that was prone also got killed by being hurled. So, that being said, evil is like, I think 5 models away from breaking, but I just broke good, and Tariel is dead. She is gone from the world campaign, so I was able to eliminate her. So we'll go ahead and move on to turn 7. And we'll have to roll courage checks and break points and all that good stuff. So we'll move on to turn 7 and probably wrap this up fairly quickly.
Slaughtered here.
Okay, so game is over. This is what was left on the battlefield. The orcs lost some trolls. They were able to keep, or the Dwemer Lakes army lost some trolls. Angmar did. They were able to keep all their heroes, so those guys will continue on to the next battle. If I don't push, they'll be able to heal up some of their mites, wounds, fate, all that good stuff per the game rules. If I do push, they don't get to recover any of that stuff because they're on the march. What's left for the elves was, what happened was Haldir failed his stand fast due to the Harbinger. He didn't have any will or any might to pump up that the courage test, so he fled. This cavalry was out of range and he fled. He rolled poorly and fled. Thranduil, I tried to get him, but he was able to survive long enough for him to reach 25% and flee the battlefield. So all that's left of the Elven army is Haldir, Thranduil, Galadrim Knight, and 3 bows, or 3 Mirkwood Rangers. So it was pretty powerful, pretty strong victory for Evil. Evil didn't lose any heroes, and they still kept a tremendous amount of guys on the battlefield, and Thranduil and Haldir both have spent all their might, all their will. I think one of them might spend some fate. I'm not sure, but so they're gonna have to definitely rest again if they want to recover those points back. So it was pretty balanced until I just kind of wore them down with will. I mean, once I got the will down, there wasn't a whole lot that they could do. So early on it looked bad, but good. Just their bow rolls just didn't come off strong enough. The first round they picked off 3 orcs, but then after that, they had a couple of rounds of shots where they had easily 7 or 8 shots and they didn't hit anything. So that really hurt them, especially with strength 3 bows and me not having fury. So I think that's what really changed the tide, is the fact that I had so many models still late in the game, whereas I should have. I should have probably broke before you. So, but anyways, we'll go ahead and adjust the map and everything. We still have one more battle to do. We'll probably post that next time between dwarves and goblins, correct? So it'll be Marcus and Brandon doing that. So thanks for watching, guys, and we'll update you guys on that battle and then move on to turn 3 of the world campaign.